Here's the brutal truth car dealers will never tell you. Imagine driving off the lot in a $116,000 luxury electric sedan, only to discover it's lost over 60% of its value in just 3 years, plummeting to a mere $45,000. That isn't a market correction, it's financial destruction for owners who thought they were making a smart buy. In this video, I'm exposing the 10 cars that will be completely worthless by 2026, and trust me, number 1 will shock you. It's a vehicle most people still see as the pinnacle of automotive technology. Stick around, because this is your essential guide to avoiding the catastrophic financial mistake that's destroying wealth right now. Imagine purchasing the pinnacle of luxury, a symbol of engineering excellence, only to discover it's a financial black hole disguised as a status symbol. This is the harsh reality for owners of our number 10 pick, the Land Rover Range Rover Sport and Discovery. These vehicles are legendary not for their capability, but for their catastrophic maintenance costs, which run nearly double the industry average. The air suspension, which delivers that cloud-like ride, is practically guaranteed to fail between 6 and 10 years, delivering a repair bill that runs into the thousands. But that's just the warm-up act. Mechanics report timing chain repairs so complex they can cost up to a staggering $20,000. A sum that often exceeds the car's own resale value. This is compounded by a host of electrical gremlins, where sophisticated computer systems controlling everything from the infotainment to the engine management succumb to costly failures, demanding specialized dealer-only parts. When you combine these predictable, major repairs with a reputation for various leaks and constant electronic hiccups, you're left with a death spiral. Owners are forced to either abandon their vehicle or pour in more money than it's worth, making these luxury SUVs one of the most perilous used car bets on the market. Lurking at number 9 is an American icon that can bankrupt your wallet as quickly as it turns heads, the Cadillac Escalade. This behemoth of luxury represents a financial roller coaster, where a simple wrong model year can vaporize tens of thousands of dollars, with some examples plunging nearly 40% in value in just 3 years. But the real danger isn't just on the depreciation curve. It's under the hood. The Escalade's mighty 6.2L V8 has a notorious appetite for self-destruction, with documented cases of excessive oil consumption and critical timing chain wear appearing as early as 50,000 miles. Ignore the low oil warning, a repair that isn't always covered by warranty, and you could be staring down a $5,000 bill to prevent total engine annihilation. This mechanical heartache is compounded by its sophisticated electronics, from the notoriously glitchy CE infotainment system that freezes solid to the expensive magnetic ride control suspension sensors that fail over time. With an average annual maintenance cost that soars above $1,100 and a decade of ownership threatening a $15,000 toll, the Escalade isn't just a vehicle, it's a high-stakes gamble where the house always wins. At number 8, the Dodge Durango demonstrates that you don't need a luxury badge to suffer from luxury-level financial pain. This family hauler is a depreciation disaster, with one of the worst 5-year resale values in the entire market, retaining a paltry 35% of its original price. But that staggering loss is just the entry fee. The Durango is plagued by a documented history of systemic failures, most infamously the totally integrated power module, TPM. This single, faulty component is a nightmare, acting as the car's central nervous system and capable of randomly killing the fuel pump or ignition, often stranding drivers and demanding a 4-figure repair. The horrors don't stop there. Owners report chronic and dangerously sudden engine stalling on highways, suspension failure so severe that wheels have nearly fallen off, and transmissions prone to harsh shifting and catastrophic failure. A $6,000 repair that can instantly eclipse the vehicle's meager remaining value. The Durango isn't just an SUV, it's a rolling liability, where each drive risks a costly and potentially dangerous system failure. Capturing the number 7 spot are the Maserati Ghibli and Levant, 2 vehicles that prove a symphony of style can be completely drowned out by a cacophony of costly failures. The market has wised up to their style over substance ethos, leading to some of the steepest depreciation curves in the luxury segment. But the real betrayal goes far beyond lost value. The Levant, for instance, faced a terrifying recall where faulty engine software could cause the SUV to suddenly shift into neutral or shut down entirely at low speeds. Imagine that happening as you pull into traffic. This isn't an inconvenience, it's a life-threatening flaw. Furthermore, owners consistently report transmission issues that appear with shocking prematureness, often before the 50,000-mile mark. The culprit is typically worn clutches and fluid leaks, and due to Maserati's complex, proprietary systems, a repair that would cost $2,000 on a normal car can easily explode into a $6,000 nightmare. When you combine terrifying software glitches with transmission failures that strike early and cost a fortune, you get a so-called luxury experience that is nothing short of a financial and mechanical betrayal. At number 6, we find a vehicle that isn't just expensive, it's a financial black hole of epic proportions. The Infiniti QX80 represents the pinnacle of ownership cost nightmares. Let's talk numbers that will make you wince. The 5-year cost of ownership for this SUV is an astronomical $119,584. Let that sink in. Of that staggering sum, over $71,000 is pure depreciation. That means you are essentially setting $14,000 on fire every single year, just by having it parked in your driveway. While its chance of a major repair is moderate, that's merely insult added to the colossal financial injury. This is all on top of its ravenous thirst for premium fuel and insurance premiums that are significantly higher than average, thanks to its complex systems and exorbitant repair costs. The QX80 isn't a status symbol, it's a masterclass in burning money, where the greatest luxury it offers is the privilege of watching your investment vanish into thin air. At number 5, we have a modern icon that is revolutionizing car ownership in the worst way possible, the Tesla Model S and Model X. This might shock EV enthusiasts, but Tesla's greatest strength, relentless innovation, is its owner's greatest financial weakness. A Model S is projected to shed a jaw-dropping 71% of its value in just 5 years. Why? Because buying a Tesla is like buying a 6-figure smartphone. A sudden software update, or a new model with better range and features can make your car feel obsolete overnight. This is compounded by Tesla's unpredictable pricing strategy, where a $20,000 price cut 6 months after your purchase can vaporize your equity without warning. But the real financial time bomb is the battery. Outside of warranty, a replacement can run between $15,000 and $22,000, a cost that often exceeds the entire value of an older Model S. This creates a chilling effect on the used market, where a seemingly affordable $35,000 Tesla is just one potential repair away from becoming a $60,000 liability. In the end, these flagships aren't just cars. They are high-tech assets on a guaranteed path to obsolescence, making them one of the most financially perilous choices on the road. At number 4, the Audi e-tron stands as a stark monument to the brutal obsolescence of the early electric vehicle market. This luxury SUV hasn't just depreciated, it has undergone a financial collapse. A 2023 model can plunge an astonishing 62% in just 2 years, free-falling from nearly $72,000 to a mere $27,000, leaving owners in a state of shock as half their investment vanishes overnight. The e-tron's tragedy is that it embodies every pitfall of a first-generation luxury EV. It launched with technology that was already playing catch-up and has been utterly lapped by the competition. Its range, which once seemed passable, now feels anemic next to modern EVs, and its charging speeds have been surpassed by vehicles that add hundreds of miles in the time it takes for a coffee break. But the real nightmare begins when components fail. It has a documented history of serious battery recalls, charging errors, and a particularly alarming issue with motor coolant leaks. This isn't a glitch fixable with an update, it's a critical hardware flaw that can permanently destroy the expensive electric drivetrain, requiring complex, time-consuming, and astronomically costly repairs. The e-tron is a painful lesson that in the EV revolution, being an early adopter of the wrong technology can be one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. At number 3, we have the Nissan Leaf, a vehicle that represents the dark side of being an early EV adopter. This pioneering electric car has experienced a depreciation collapse so severe that used Leafs are now cheaper than a brand new Nissan Versa, the company's most affordable gasoline car. A 2022 model can lose 58% of its value in just 3 years, plummeting to a resale value of around $12,000. The root of this catastrophe is a critical engineering flaw in its early models: a battery without a proper thermal management system. This wasn't just a minor oversight. It was a design failure that caused batteries to degrade at an alarming rate. The real-world result is devastating. A car that promised 100 miles of range could see that number slashed by nearly half in cold weather, leaving owners stranded with a vehicle that can barely complete a daily commute. Even in ideal conditions, the batteries lost significant capacity, rendering the car progressively useless. While newer models have improved, the Leaf is permanently stained by this reputation, making the entire model line a pariah in the used car market and a brutal lesson in how a single engineering shortcut can destroy a vehicle's value overnight. Capturing the number 2 spot is the BMW 7 Series, the ultimate expression of German overengineering, where luxury isn't a feature, but a financial trap. Witness a depreciation plunge so brutal that a 3-year-old model can shed over half its value, falling from a towering $118,000 MSRP to a meager $50,700. But that staggering loss is merely the cover charge. The real financial hemorrhage begins with the 7 Series' notorious air suspension, a system that delivers a cloud-like ride until it inevitably fails, handing you a repair bill between $4,000 and $6,000. And it's a progressive nightmare. Fix one corner for $2,000, only to have another fail 6 months later, creating a relentless cycle of expense. This is compounded by the iDrive infotainment system, the car's technological brain, which is notoriously prone to glitches, freezes, and complete failure. When it dies, it's not a simple fix, it's a $5,000 replacement of the entire unit. The 7 Series isn't a used luxury car, it's a masterclass in financial misery, where every sophisticated system is a ticking time bomb waiting to obliterate your bank account. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz EQS. And taking the undisputed top spot as the most financially dangerous car you can buy is the Mercedes-Benz EQS. This vehicle represents the ultimate paradox, an engineering marvel that is also a catastrophic financial failure. Despite its impressive 422-mile range and cutting-edge tech, the EQS has achieved the most staggering value destruction in modern history. Consider this: a 3-year-old EQS has plummeted from a $116,000 flagship to a mere $45,500. That is a loss of over 60%, vaporizing more than $23,000 of value every single year. That's nearly $2,000 a month, disappearing into thin air. The tragedy isn't that it's a bad car, it's brilliantly built. The tragedy is that it's a first-generation luxury EV, a segment where today's revolution is tomorrow's relic. Its revolutionary hyperscreen, once a jaw-dropping spectacle, now feels like a gimmick next to more intuitive interfaces. It suffers from the classic early adopter curse: buggy software that demands expensive dealer-only fixes, and charging systems that can be finicky, leaving you stranded. By 2026, the EQS will be worth a fraction of its original price. The very technology that justifies its 6-figure tag today will be standard on affordable cars tomorrow. The Mercedes EQS isn't just a car, it's the most expensive lesson you can learn in the accelerating EV revolution.